Alright, so this is a wrist lock option. I love wrist locks, obviously. Anybody that knows me knows I'm going for a wrist lock. This is a good option if you've hit somebody with that sneaky, like, failed Bravo grip. I don't even know what it's called, but like that grip, and you're trying to switch your grip to pass the lapel. A lot of people are trying to stop that grip switch. So this turns into a nice, nasty wrist lock off of it. Alright, so lapel's out already, and I'm underneath her arm here, just like before. I'm going to sit up, I'm going to do my initial pass to my other hand, and I'm going to get her posture broken down. Alright, a lot of times when I start to drop that forearm on it, they'll start to grab it there. So, and that sets it up for I Dream Genie wrist lock. So, as I'm going to switch, she grabs a hold of that wrist to try to stop that grip switch. So from here, I'm going to let go of that. I don't have to do it that drastic, but I'm going to let it go. And then I'm going to chop down here and get my rear naked choke grip here. So from here, it's really going to be difficult for her to let go of my arm now, because I'm really trapping it with this hand. Right there on her wrist, I'm grabbing my bicep. On the side that she grabs my wrist, I'm going to go foot on the hip. That's going to make it to where I'm dominating the elbow. For a wrist lock, I need to dominate the elbow somehow. Well, for the straight on ones, for the twisting ones, that you don't have to dominate the elbow. But for this one, I do want to dominate that elbow. That way I can have something to press her elbow against and crank it down. So for me, foot on the hip, and I'm making sure I'm squeezing in with my thighs the whole time. So she grabbed that as I went for it, get my rear naked choke grip, and then I start to apply it down. Trying to force her wrist to bend this way, trying to make her fingertips touch her forearm. I'm dominating her elbow with my hip right here. So in order for her to like relieve the pressure, she just has to pull it back. But since my hip's in the way, or my leg's in the way, I'm pressing her elbow right into my hip with this grip, and then I'm going to fold it forward, and I'm going to crunch and fold it down. Alright, you can give it a little twist too. So if you give it a little twist out, it makes it nasty too. Alright, so got the lapel sitting up, initial grip switch, pulling her down. Looking to go for that X choke, but she grabs a hold of my wrist, which is perfect. Letting the lapel go, and as I'm letting it go, I'm going foot on the hip too. So this is all kind of one motion as I'm coming up and over. Alright? For her to let it go now, she can't let it go. I'd have to have a lot of space here for her to let it go. But since I'm already pressing it down into my hip, for her to even let it go, it's going to be hard. Alright? And this stops it for, like, if she went this way, she might be able to let it go, but this arm is going to be up and over. And sometimes I'll slide this down to where I'm palm to palm, but you don't necessarily have to do that. But I'm just going here, dominating the elbow, rear naked choke grip, pressing her elbow into my thigh slash hip, and I'm going to sit up as I'm trying to roll everything down. And then it turns it into that nasty wrist lock. It's kind of a hyper-extending, like if you fall off your skateboard and you try to put it down, it breaks your wrist that way. That's how that's going to break. And one of my favorites to go for, one of her favorites to go for, like she really likes this, like not necessarily that setup, but that style of wrist lock. Like that one is super nasty. Like I already don't have a lot of flexibility in my wrist, but it's about as far as I'm going to go. If it tries to go any further, I'm in a lot of pain. You will run into people that have that crazy flexibility in their wrists and stuff, or joints, or whatever it is. So you have to give it a little twist sometimes too, but a lot of times that will work against a lot of people. Like I've hit this one a lot. you've hit the same one a lot.
Yeah.
So try it out. Let me know how it goes.